4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register Sports Editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I am the sports editor of the Richmond Register, and we very much appreciate you tuning us in this week. Coming up in just a minute, we are very, very happy this week to have a man who is maybe one of the most beloved sports figures in Madison County history. The 2013 Mr. Basketball helped Madison Central win a state championship, went on to play at UK, and he's played all over Europe and all over the world as a professional. Of course, that's Dominique Hawkins. He's here to talk about his clothing line, to talk about his travels overseas, to talk about his community endeavors, to giving back to the community, and all kinds of things, even talking about glass eyes and fake teeth. So you'll have to watch to find out what that's all about. But as we always do, we like to start off this show with a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And we have a ton of stuff to get here, so I'll try to go through it as fast as I can, not to bore everybody. But on Friday night, we had a high school basketball girls 44th District showdown at Berea College. It was the rematch of last year's district championship game, Madison Central and Madison Southern. And the Lady Eagles rallied for a 40-32 win down at the Seabury Center. They were down 4 points heading into the fourth quarter, but outscored Madison Central 12-0 in the fourth quarter to come back and pick up a win. During that big fourth quarter, it was Morgan Flannery with a couple of three-pointers, and also Hadley French with a three-pointer, as the Madison Southern Eagles moved to 4-1 with a come-from-behind victory. And afterwards, we got a chance to talk to Josh Curtis, the coach, and Morgan Flannery.
Well, we're here at the Seabury Center at Berea College, where the Madison Southern Lady Eagles have picked up a 40-32 win over Madison Central. It's Coach Josh Curtis, Morgan Flannery. Congratulations. Coach, wasn't the prettiest game in the world, but a tremendous fourth quarter for your ladies to pull out a hard-fought win.
Yeah, it was scrappy, just like the district championship was last year. They play great defense. They're aggressive, so we know it's going to be scrappy. What I'm proud of, especially talking about the fourth quarter, we ended up winning that one 12-0. Yeah. And that's, obviously, all the team zero. That's going to help you out a lot. So really proud of the girls' effort in the second half.
Yeah, Morgan, of course, they come in here winless. Madison Central was, but when you play them, you can pretty much throw the records out the book. It's going to be a battle. Both teams are going to scratch and claw till the end.
Yeah, we just really had to stay down on defense and keep our hands up when they're driving. You didn't want to pick up silly fouls, but you knew they were going to be scrappy, so you have to take care of the ball and be calm.
You guys were down 4 going into the fourth. You hit a big 3 there to get kind of the rally going, then had another 3. So kind of talk about the difference there in the fourth quarter.
Well, I knew we had to start driving the ball and actually get shots up and just calm yourself down. So my teammates found a way to get the best shot possible, and I just put it in.
Yeah, and Coach Hadley there, she's obviously still young, but she stepped up and hit a big 3 there in the fourth too, and had 12 points as well.
Yeah, she's so big for us, and being an 8th grader, you see she's so skilled. Sometimes you forget she's so young still, and we ask a lot out of her. We make her do a whole lot, and she's coming big in every moment. And I know she was gassed tonight, and she never complained once. So I was really proud of the way she played tonight on both ends of the field.
Yeah, it's still in the season, but to play over here in this kind of atmosphere, kind of district tournament kind of feel.
Just like a district championship, yes.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks a bunch.
It was Morgan Flannery with 12 points and 5 rebounds, and Hadley French with 12 points as well. For Madison Central was Brittany Campbell, 7 points and 5 rebounds, and Natalia Strader with 7 points as well. Madison Southern will be back in action Tuesday at North Laurel. And as for the Lady Indians, they are now 0-5 on the season. Earlier in the week, they suffered a 59-43 loss at Knox Central. In that game, it was Bailey Hensley with 16 points and 7 rebounds, and Eden Carter with 13 points and 6 rebounds. The Lady Indians will finally make their home debut on Tuesday over here in Richmond. They've played every one of their games on the road so far, so I'm sure they'll be happy to be back at home. Other high school girls action, we had 2 undefeated teams coming into this week. We only have one now. And it is the Berea Community Lady Pirates. They moved to 4-0 in the season with 3 victories last week. On Tuesday, they beat Lafayette up in Lexington 48-34. On Thursday, they beat Estill County 74-37 at home. And then on Saturday, they went over to Jackson and beat Breathitt County 61-46. So in the win over Lafayette, it was Alexis Newman hitting 4 3-pointers and finishing with 18 points. In the win over Estill County, it was Madison Howell with 18 points. And Isis Rogers with 12 points. And in the win over Breathitt County, it was Madison Howell with 19 points as well. The Berea Community Lady Pirates will be back in action on Tuesday up at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. And the Model Lady Patriots picked up wins on Tuesday and Thursday to go to 5-0, but then suffered a loss on Saturday at Bath County 63-39. But earlier in the week, on Tuesday, they defeated the Wellspring Guardians 60-17 at home. That was Keaton Hall with 16 points, which gave her 1,000 points for her career, and Kenzie Ferguson with 14 points. And on Thursday, they picked up a win at home as well over Frankfort, 57-46, and that was Keaton Hall with 27 points, and Kenzie Ferguson with 10 points as well. And the Model Lady Patriots will be back in action Tuesday at Frankfort Christian. Well, the Madison Southern boys basketball team suffered their first loss of the season a couple of Saturdays ago, and an even bigger loss in that game was Zach Hudson suffered a broken wrist. The sophomore guard, a big part of their offense. So on Tuesday night, when the Eagles were back on the court again, Coach Austin Newton had to change some things around, and they went big. They went with a big lineup that included Brett Ursuline and Nate Turner both in the starting lineup, and that change made a big difference as they rolled to an 83-50 win over Montgomery County. And after the game, our pal Ricky Elkins had a chance to talk to Austin Newton about the big win and the new look lineup for the Eagles.
Here we are with Coach Austin Newton with the Madison Southern team. Big win tonight at home. Tell me your thoughts on the game.
Yes, so it was a big bounce back win for us. We went to LCA the other night and played Woodford County at LCA on a neutral court, and we got smacked pretty good. We did not play well. None of our defenses worked, and we finally figured out none of the defenses worked because we didn't play hard. They just totally outplayed us the whole game. So yesterday we had one of the best practices we've ever had here at Madison Southern, and they came out tonight and they really played and gave a lot of effort.
Now, what kind of adjustments? I know that the second game you've lost Zach Hudson. What kind of adjustments did you have to do for tonight?
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure it out. We did change our starting lineup a little bit and went big tonight. So when I say big, meaning Brett Ursuline and Nate Turner both started for us, which is something that we've never done here since I've been the coach, started 2 true big men. So both those guys started and both played really well. I still haven't seen the book, but Brett Ursuline just dominated in the paint. And I think at halftime we were 14 of 15 just inside the paint because we were feeding those big guys and they were really scoring down low.
Now, what about your next game coming up?
Yeah, so we got Rockcastle Friday night. It's at Berea College. Rockcastle and Madison Southern have not played in 5 or 6 years, so we're very excited about starting this rivalry game back up. It should be an exciting night, Friday night Central, and our girls team played before us, and then we play Rockcastle, so it should be a fun night over at Berea College.
Okay, then. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thanks, Coach, and thanks to our buddy Ricky for getting that interview for us. But Brett Ursuline against Montgomery County with 28 points, just dominating in the paint, and Braden Hudson also had 10 points as well. Eagles were back in action Friday on the second half of that doubleheader over at Berea College, taking on Rockcastle County and picking up a pretty solid 67-57 win over their neighbors to the south. And it was Braden Hudson with 19 points, Jay Rose with 16 points, and Nate Turner with 14 points. And that sets up the big showdown Tuesday night, folks. Madison Central, Madison Southern, at the Seabury Center at Berea College, 7:30. I suggest you get there early because very limited parking there at the Seabury Center, and there's going to be a lot of people there. So, speaking of Madison Central, they moved to 3-2 on the season this week. They suffered a loss to Clark County on Tuesday, but then bounced back to pick up wins on Friday and Saturday. In the loss to Clark County, it was 68-63. It was Jalen Davis with 23 points, and Will Harden with 10 points and 10 rebounds. On Friday at home, it was a 78-66 win over Bryan Station. That was Robbie Todd with 21 points and Will Harden with 20 points. And then on Saturday, the Indians traveled out to Glasgow and picked up a 65-54 win over Barron County. In that game, it was Jalen Davis and Will Harden both with 22 points. And like we said, Central Southern, Tuesday night at Berea College. Should be a lot of fun. The Model Patriots fell to 1-5 on the week with 3 losses on Tuesday. They were defeated at home by the Wellspring Guardians 64-53. That was Thomas Luxon and Cale Vickers with 12 points each. On Thursday, they suffered a loss at Garrett County, 83-48, and it was Keshav Bondari with 17 points. And on Friday, they went down to Somerset Christian and suffered a 76-64 loss, and that was Cale Vickers with 20 points down there. And they'll be back in action Monday at Lee County. The Berea Community Boys basketball team finally got a chance to get on the court after having to sit out the first week plus because of health and safety protocols. So they opened up the season on Friday at Barberville and suffered an 85-59 loss. It was Quentin Morgan with 18 points. And then on Saturday, they went over to Irvin to take on Estill County and were handed a 75-50 loss. In that game, it was Trenton Wilson with 25 points. Pirates are technically 0-5 on the season. The 3 games that had to be canceled are by KHSAA rules are considered forfeits. So they will be back in action Friday up in taking on Lewis County up at the Stockyards Bank and Trust Challenge at Rowan County. EKU men's hoops had an interesting week. I only played 2 games, but it seemed like there was a lot more going on than that because on Tuesday, the Colonels flew out to the left coast to take on number 15th ranked USC. And long trip. They went up Monday and came back late on Tuesday. So got down big early, but did come back and put up a pretty good fight and suffered an 80-68 loss. And that was so that wrapped up a 4-game road trip over about a couple of week period for the Colonels. They were back in action at home on Saturday against Marshall, and that was the first home game for the Colonels since November the 22nd. Unfortunately, things did not go very well. The Colonels were just only hit 5 3-pointers, which was a season low, and suffered an 80-69 loss. And after the game, here's what A.W. Hamilton had to say, especially about his team being out-rebounded 53-30 by the Thundering Herd.
We give up 17 offensive rebounds. That's a glaring number to me, and then you look at us and you say, we shoot 39% and we only come up with 10 offensive rebounds, and Cooper comes up with 5 of them. So we got to do a better job of being relentless on the backboard. We shoot a bunch of threes. This is probably the least amount of threes we shot in a basketball game this year. But we just didn't crash. We didn't crash, and we didn't get extra possessions that we needed and some short shots. But give Marshall a lot of credit. I thought their 2 stars were stars tonight. I thought Kinsey was special. I know we forced him into a lot of turnovers. I think he had 8, but he was really good. And then Andrew Taylor just was in control of the basketball game, start to finish. I think we rattled him for maybe 49 seconds there, but he shook it off, and boy, he played well. And he played with a lot of energy. He led his team. He was vocal. He had some swag, he was good. I thought he was the difference in the game. Whenever it got tight, he made a play, and it wasn't a play for himself. He made a play for one of his teammates. He put a lot of pressure on our defense, and when you play against a guard like that, we had to switch up our defensive coverages a lot to try to keep them off balance, but we couldn't shake them. So you give them a lot of credit. They got a good basketball team. We still got a lot to learn. We still got a lot to try to figure out with our team. We're going to get it right. It's just a matter of time. I'm like everybody else. I would like to have it right already, but we just don't. We don't. We're having too many mental lapses, too many breakdowns in the half court, in the full court, on the offensive end. Guys are switching every screen now. So, we got to do a better job slipping. We got to do a better job putting their big guys in rotation so we can drive them and then kick it out to an open shooter. So, the real positive for tonight that I'm going to take away from this is that Jamal Brown played like Jamal Brown.
Well, as you heard Coach A.W. Hamilton say there, it was 17 offensive rebounds for Marshall, 18 second chance points for Marshall. EKU shot just 39% from the field, had just 5 3-pointers, which was a season low, and actually hit 2 of their first 3-pointers and didn't really hit much after that. 5th straight loss for the Colonels. That's really the toughest part of their schedule so far this year. One of the bright spots, though, was Jamaru Brown, who did come off the bench late and had 17 points. It was 22 points and played pretty well. And afterwards, we got a chance to talk to Jamaru.
You definitely got to give credit to the team. They got 2 stars, and then the support cast is crazy. Tavion and Kinsey and Taylor. So there's two great players, and the support cast helped them a lot. But as far as the lose streak, definitely tough. We definitely are going to turn it around. We just got to get back to the drawing board, practice, keep practicing hard, and just that type of stuff. So
I just typically go to the points, but you also had 6 steals. Seemed like the pressure up top was working, but then once they got past you guys down low, things kind of gave up there.
Yeah, just trying to stay aggressive on defense. That's what we do. We play pressure 40 minutes. So, and the guys did a really good job. We just got to get back to the drawing board, the second line, because we play a fast-paced game. So we're going to get blown by. We're going to get, you know what I mean. But just that second line covering down and stuff like that, we definitely just got to get back to the drawing board, practice, and just keep growing with that. So.
You guys coming off the bench seem to have a lot of energy, really pick things up there. Did the California trip, was it, hard to recover from? As a quick turnaround?
Yeah, personally, I didn't go on the California trip, which I did, but definitely we've been practicing pretty hard. We've been playing, traveling and stuff like that. We just had a lot of road games. So just definitely after this one, we won't play till midway. So just go and get some rest and just get back and practicing. So.
Yeah, obviously on the inside, they're a bigger team than you guys anyway, and you guys had really had a hard time stopping them once they got into the paint.
Oh yeah, we just gotta keep playing hard. We gotta play harder than an opponent, and just empty our tank. They're a pretty good team, and we got a lot of growing to do. So.
Yeah, that is 5 straight losses for the Colonels. They fall to 5-6 on the season. That's their longest losing streak in more than 2 years. But the good news is back at home Wednesday against Midway, and hopefully that will be a chance for them to regroup and get back on track as they head into conference play very, very soon. So, and there's also a game with Northern Kentucky this week as well, so that will be a challenge as well. EKU women were back at McBrayer Arena on Thursday afternoon, and it was a cool atmosphere. It was Kids Day over there. They brought a bunch of hundreds and hundreds of elementary school kids from across the county over there. It got pretty loud in there, lots of screaming and yelling, and but it was Education Day, and it was a lot of fun. And the crowd probably was wondering what happened early because the Colonels were down 17-2 early, but they fought all the way back to pick up a 60-55 win over Chattanooga. It was Alice Recanati with 20 points to lead the comeback. Jayla Johnson with 17 points and 17 rebounds. And after the game, we got a chance to talk to Greg Todd, who talked about the big come-from-behind victory.
Fun.
Yes, obviously, you never want to be down 15. It's a little easier to manage. It's a little easier to manage if it's in the first quarter versus the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But other girls gave a good effort overall, and to give Chattanooga credit, they hung in there and made it a tight game late, and we were fortunate to win that. We haven't had a game quite like that where it came down to the last few possessions, so it's good to be in a game like that.
Alex and Jayla, just talk about how special they've been for you this whole season.
Alice has played very, very well for us in practice. She's been a little tighter in games, but I think it's great to have a breakout game today for her. She really got to the basket well. She's our best passer, works hard defensively, and real pleased with her effort. Jayla's, after having a slump the first couple games, has really come on and put the ball in the bucket the last several games.
Well, the Colonels were back in action again on Sunday afternoon, and once again they got behind early. This time it was 13-2. They were taking on Miami University up in Oxford, Ohio, and this time they could not rally to pick up a victory, and it was an 80-62 loss to the Miami Redhawks up there. And it was Jayla Johnson, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and Bridget Fox with 11 points and 7 rebounds. Colonels are 3-5 on the season, and they'll be back in action this week as well. Berea College women and men both had just one game this week, but they were certainly interesting matchups, that's for sure, definitely exciting matchups. The Berea College women improved to 8-3 on the season and 4-0 in USA South Conference play with a 64-62 win over one of their big rivals, Piedmont, a game that was played in Demorest, Georgia. And it was Destiny Combs with a basket with about 2 seconds left that gave Berea the victory to move to 4-0 in the USA South. They have won 19 of their last USA South Conference games, including 8 straight dating back to the 2019-2020 season. It was Aaliyah Hampton with 18 points, 9 rebounds, Destiny Combs with 12 points and 6 rebounds, and Dalen Spalding with 12 points as well. And they'll be back in action Monday at home against Spalding University. The Berea College men opened their USA South Conference schedule with a thrilling game on Saturday down at Brevard College in North Carolina. Unfortunately, they came up on the short end of a 104-98 double overtime loss. It was Kavion Hudson with 28 points and 6 rebounds, Trey Minner with 28 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals. And they'll be back in action Tuesday at home against Miami University Hamilton at 4 o'clock. So that game is actually before the Central Southern game at the Seabury Center on Tuesday. So if you want to go down early, check it out, watch some college hoops, and then hang around and watch the high school game as well. Lots of other stuff to report on. High school swimming, the Madison County Championships were held Friday over at Eastern Kentucky University, and has kind of been the norm here for the past couple of years when our 4 Madison County schools get together. Central wins the girls' title, Model wins the boys' title, and then they kind of split the titles, and that's kind of how it's been for the past 2 or 3 years now. But that's what happened again. Central took the girls' team title and also took the overall title, and Model took the boys' title. And 7 swimmers won 2 individual events for Madison Central. It was Marley Cooksey with the 100 free and the 200 free, Lena Brown with the 100 fly and the 100 back, and for Model it was Victoria Taylor taking first in the 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke. And it was Olivia Stotts taking first in the 500 free and the 50 free, Anthony Nasrallah in the 100 free and the 200 free, Carson Neal in the 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke, and Colin Jackson in the 50 free and the 100 fly. And of course, both these teams and also Madison Southern and Berea will have lots of meets coming up, heading up into the region championships in February, which will be at Eastern. And the past couple of years, those Model and Central have split the region titles. So we'll be seeing a lot of this coming up. A lot of those 2 teams seeing each other quite a bit here in the next couple of months. Some other things to wrap up real quick. High school wrestling, Madison Central was at the Ryle Raider Rumble, easy for me to say, on Saturday, and they finished in 9th place. It was Jeffrey Kinley. He won his weight class and was named the most outstanding wrestler of the meet. In cross-country action, Madison Central junior Kiara O'Shea competed in the East Bay National Championships in San Diego, California. She posted a time of 18:17 and finished 26th overall. That was the 3rd fastest time of any runner from the South region. And also, this weekend, the KHSA State Cheer Championships were held over at George Rogers Clark High School, and it was Madison Central taking 4th place in the all-girls small division, and Madison Southern taking 10th place in the game day division. The State Dance Championships was held on Sunday as we were filming this, so definitely Madison Central and Madison Southern were both in that as well, so keep an eye on our social media, and we'll let you know how those young ladies did as well. And one final note, on Thursday, the EKU Board of Regents voted to bring back, after a 3-year hiatus, tennis. So EKU was the only school in the ACE Sun Conference not to sponsor tennis, so they will be bringing that back for the 2022-23 season. So be back to having tennis at EKU again. So that's pretty cool. So it's a lot of stuff there. Hope I didn't ramble or talk too fast for everybody. So I'm just trying to get everything in there. But I want to take one quick word, though. All this stuff you see and all this stuff I'm reading here comes from coaches and players and stat keepers, and I want to make sure that I say a big thank you to those people. People like Anthony Hendricks, Ronnie Terrell, all the coaches, everybody. I don't get this information if they don't send it to me, so I just want to say thank you to all those people, because I'm constantly texting them and bugging them, and they're very nice to give me all this information so we can pass it along to you. So here in just a minute, we will be right back with Dominique Hawkins.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox, or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by an old friend, Mr. Dominique Hawkins. Good to see you again, sir.
Good
How
to
you been?
see you. I'm been good. Just been taking care of myself and my family, and always good to be back home as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got tons of stuff I want to talk to you about. It's been a long time since we've actually sat down and talked, but I want to make sure we start off by talking about what you're doing now with these awesome shirts that we're wearing and the kind of the apparel line you got going.
Yeah. Well, pretty much I just came up with a clothing line called Dominique Clothing Line, pretty much. But I got a little saying to say Kentucky Kids, and I wanted to give the kids something to wear, and I thought the design was pretty cool. My logo is pretty much my autograph with wings around it, and I take pride in it, and I'm glad I was able to get this started. And shout out to First Gear for also helping me to get this started as well.
Yeah, and you make appearances around the area, and these are available for purchase, and you have a website too.
Oh yeah, I have a website. You can buy them on dhawkinsclothing.com, and also on my social media, dhawk_25. You can go on my Instagram, and the link is in the bio. And also, I will be having upcoming events, but I haven't released them yet, and we'll be able to buy them that way as well.
Yeah, you were just at Ace Hardware here in Richmond last weekend. A lot of people came out and saw you. So a lot of people, you just draw people, man. People just love being around you, and you have that infectious personality. Man. People just love being around you.
Yeah, I'm just blessed to be able to have people to love me the way that they do, and I definitely feel it. And without God, I wouldn't be here without Him to make other people feel good as well. And that's what my whole goal is, not to just make myself happy, but other people around me happy as well.
Yeah, I think one of the UK, you stopped by UK practice the other day. I think one of the UK beat writers tweeted, I think it was Kyle Tucker tweeted out that Dominique Hawkins is the most optimistic person I've ever been around, and that's so true. You're just a happy person. You always have that smile on your face, and just that's just who you always been, though.
Yeah, definitely. Even since high school, I was very quiet in high school. I've really opened up since then as I've grown. But like I said, when I'm around people, I just want to make them happy, and that's why I'm always smiling, and usually a smile can put another smile on a person's face.
Yeah. Of course, you won a state championship at Madison Central, went on to play at UK, but what I really want to talk to you about is your professional career overseas. You went to a lot of different places, Denmark, Estonia, Germany, Slovakia. I mean, I guess you started off in Denmark, but what's it like being a 21, 22-year-old kid and going off to Denmark, probably where you don't speak the language, you don't know anybody? I mean, what was that like?
It was very difficult, to be honest. I was very, very homesick, to be honest, because I'd never been away from Kentucky at all. Because in college, I was 30 minutes away from Richmond, so I'm able to go home and see my family whenever. But once I went to Denmark, I'm 12 to 13 hour flight away, so I had to go in the waters and adapt to that, though. But I had teammates that was Americans as well. They was able to help me to kind of lay back, relax. But when I was in Denmark, I didn't play my best basketball as well. Then in that same season, I ended up going to a different team, Estonia, and I had a great season there as well.
Yeah, because you ended up a couple of years there, right, for the same team in
Estonia.
I
did. So that Denmark season, my rookie year, went to Denmark for 2-3 months, didn't play really great. Then I went to Estonia, played awesome, and they wanted me to come back, so I re-signed there. And then after Estonia, ended up going to Iceland, and Iceland was a cool experience. I loved the culture there. And went to Germany after that, and then end up playing in Slovakia my last year.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It is.
It's crazy. Basketball is so international, and from what I understand, these teams in these leagues usually have 2 or 3 Americans, or not necessarily Americans, but foreign players.
Foreign players, correct.
And so you did have a few people there that at least you could speak English with, maybe play some video games with or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Hang out with. So
being American makes you feel more comfortable talking to another American as well, because over there the language barrier is very hard. They can speak English, but it's very broken, so it's hard to communicate with them. But we also have some teammates that speak both really well, so they're basically our translator for us. So if we go out to go get some food, we always be like, hey, can you come out with us so we can get some groceries or go shopping at the mall? So it's always good to have that one friend that's not American to be able to speak both language.
Yeah, what's the style of play like? Is it much different than American basketball?
It's not too different. It's just I feel like the IQ level of basketball is very great there, because the fundamentals, everyone got it down. Everyone know how to use the angles. They use the picks correctly. And being an American, basically athleticism can just beat anything. But over there, they have it all break down and able to figure out how to score by using your IQ of basketball.
Yeah. Favorite places and stuff you went over there, or kind of? I mean, did you get around? I mean, did you have a chance to see a lot of things when you were playing, or was it mostly?
Yeah. I got to see a lot of things, except for when I was in Slovakia. It was the COVID year, so I didn't get to go around to any other country though. But my favorite place probably Germany, Munich. I went to Munich, and it was awesome. It was a big city. Saw stuff that I'd never seen before. And I just love the culture there as well.
Munchen, right? They call it Munchen.
Munich.
Yeah.
Munich.
Okay.
It's hard. I know. I couldn't say it right.
I took German in high school, but that was like 50 years ago, so I don't really remember. Well, talk a little bit. Did you pick up bits of the languages of the countries you went to? I mean, a little bit, or is it just hard to do?
It's very hard. I know how to say hey. Yeah, that's about it. So ciao is basically how you say hey at every European language.
Just universal in there.
So I try to learn some stuff because you want to figure out what your teammates are saying when they start speaking another language on the court.
What are they talking about me?
Yeah, that's the only time that I wanted to actually learn what they were saying.
Yeah. You're only 27. If COVID clears up, do you want to go back and play overseas again? I mean, what's the future hold for
I
you?
definitely want to go back and play. Right now, I'm just waiting for that opportunity. So next month I could be leaving as well. So trying to figure out that situation with my agent as well, make sure we get a right deal and on the right contract.
Yeah, like I said, I guess it's all your agent does all this stuff, but I mean, it's amazing the places people go. I think Kenja Bosley played in Israel and a bunch of places, and you've had other UK teammates that went off and played other places too. So it's amazing where basketball is in the world.
Oh, definitely. Growing up, I never thought about basketball taking me to a different location. Definitely throughout another country. So it's awesome. And also, like you said, most of my friends are overseas, like Alex Poitras, I played with Derek Willis. Kenja's over there. He's in Iceland right now. He's doing well. And just a lot. Dakari's in China, Dakari Johnson. So a lot of us are overseas playing. And not a lot of people try to follow with them because they don't know exactly where they're at, though. But I feel like if we, on our social media, is sharing it, people will be able to follow us better as well.
Yeah, and, obviously it's not NBA money, but you make a good living, and you get paid to play basketball.
Exactly. Tax-free as well. Tax-free as well, so that's the good thing about it.
Absolutely. Well, let's go back in time a little bit. The first time I remember hearing about you was in middle school, especially on the football field. You were really tore it up as a middle schooler. But your mother didn't like you playing football, did she?
Yeah, she wasn't a fan of the weather and of me getting hit as well. So, yeah, she wasn't too big of a fan of that, but she knew that I was really talented in it, so she supported me and let me play as well.
Yeah, but you didn't play freshman or sophomore year at Central.
Actually, I played on the freshman team at Central, but I didn't want to play varsity because I was too scared of getting hurt. But I stopped for 1 year and didn't play my sophomore year. Yeah. And I regretted that, to be honest. I had my mindset just to focus on basketball, but I think playing two sports is a great idea for a high school kid.
Yeah, well, you returned with the bang because the first game of your junior year against Letcher County Central here at Roy Stadium, you had a 99-yard touchdown run. You had 3 touchdowns and like 250 yards rushing. So that was a pretty good way to get back into football, huh?
Oh, definitely was. To be honest, I didn't know I was that good. Once I saw myself on the highlight tapes and watched film of me running the ball, juking people, I was like, maybe I do have a talent where I could get scholarships for football as well.
Yeah, I've only ever in person seen 2 99-yard touchdown runs, and that was one of them. So
nice. That's
I remember that like it was yesterday. You went left and we're just gone right up there.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought I was going to pass out running that far.
Yeah. Well, Bert Brown was the coach at the time, and he thought you were an SEC caliber player, but probably as a defensive back or something, right?
Yep, exactly. He did think that. I did not like playing defense at all. So
you had a few interceptions though back there.
I did though, but I just wasn't. I was an aggressive defender player though, but I just always wanted to score touchdowns and run the ball instead of being in the defensive side.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I know after the local media here, especially the UK media. After you graduated, they kind of jumped on the fact that some NFL teams actually, talked to you. You didn't play college football at all, but you did after you graduated from UK have some NFL teams. So kind of what happened there, and who talked to you, and was that serious stuff there, or kind of how did that work?
It's crazy. It was very serious because the Cowboys was coming to my workouts for the summer league. So in the summer, I was working out for like other summer pro teams. Like I would go work out for like Philadelphia 76 or something. But when I come back to my place that I was staying in Thousand Oaks in California, Los Angeles, and in the facility, there was always a Cowboys coach there. And I was wondering, I was like, oh, why is he watching me play basketball right now?
They're stalking you.
Yeah. But he sat down and talked to me. He's like, we really think that you could be able to be a good football player on the defensive side. And I told him, I think about it, though. But in my mind, I kind of knew that I didn't want to really play. And then another situation, the Eagles, they contacted me. And I actually took a flight to Philadelphia to work out in front of the team, and I did the combine stuff with them. I did my 40 for the first time, ran like a 4.67 or something slow. But it was a great experience, and I'm glad that I was able to go there and actually know how like a football combine is, and it was great. And I also went with another basketball player from NC State. I forgot his name though, but he was a pretty good player as well.
Okay. Well, just off the air here, before we started taping this, me and Randy were talking about the 2013 state championship game. Me and Randy were both there. And of course, you were there, obviously.
Right.
What still sticks out to you about those last few minutes of that? Because I mean, it was just. Like I said, we were just talking about it. I mean, I know people dubbed it the Madison County Miracle, and it really did seem like there was some divine intervention there. All the pieces that fit into place to have that happen, and you guys win a state championship. And what? 8 years later, kind of what still sticks out to you?
Yeah, what sticks out to me was just get points fast at the last 2-3 minutes, because we was down. I can't remember how much we was down, but we was down by a lot in the last 2-3 minutes, and just the last seconds really sticked out to me. I remember when George Walker was the one that got the steal, and he threw it. As soon as he got it, he threw it right to me. So I knew that since he was throwing it to me, I had to go score. And I was driving to my right, and everyone thinks I passed the ball.
No, it just kind of rolled over there.
But I turned that ball over. It bounced off my leg or something. I was like, oh, there goes the game. Yeah. It goes to Kinja hands, and he just knocks down that famous shot.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was almost like divine intervention, because like I said, that thing just rolled right over there to him. As if like it was meant to be or something.
Exactly. So, yeah, it probably been better for me to do that than me trying to go to the rim and get a shot up, because I probably would have missed it. And now Kinja was able to get that shot and win us the game for that moment.
Yeah, and then they got the ball back. There was, 2 or 3 seconds left or something there. So that wasn't the end. There was some tense moments on that last play, too.
Yeah, Coach just told us, go out there, put your hands up, play defense the last seconds. Hopefully that they just missed the shot, even if they got a good look. It would have been a hard shot to make anyways. So.
Yeah, you obviously were able to dunk the ball in high school, and you didn't do it very often. But I remember the Ballard game at Rupp Arena in overtime. You went and threw that thing down. Kind of do you remember what was going through your mind in the overtime there? Or you just took off at the top of the key, and I guess you were just like, I'm going and just get out of the way.
I think that was Hopkinsville.
Was it Hopkinsville?
I think it might have been Hopkinsville. I don't dunk the ball too often though, but I don't like have emotion like that as well.
Yeah, you get a big scream afterwards.
I remember when I dunked that, I was screaming. It felt like I was dreaming after I got done screaming, because I've never done it before. So I was like, let me just go back and play defense now. So.
Yeah, well, you needed it. That was a big play in that game. It went to overtime.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. All those games we had, the last 3 games we had there was all good games, because the game before that, I think it was Holmes, and they had a guy, Beetle. I remember his nickname was Beetle, and he was like a sophomore and averaging over 20 points, and he played really good as well.
Yeah, Wayne County in the first round was pretty easy, but after that
I remember Kinja he had a half-court shot that game and put up like the little goggles. So, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, that whole time, Calipari's sitting down there watching you for most of those games. And, of course, it became a huge thing. You won Mr. Basketball. Were they going to offer you and all that stuff?
Right.
But I think the little secret was they'd already offered. You'd already committed, right?
Yeah.
We had a ceremony, but that had already been kind of decided. I think it was from what Coach Feldhouse told me later, that they were kind of testing you, I think, to see if you would kind of say anything. Right. They offered you and you had accepted, and they told you to keep it on the down low. and you guys were able to keep it a secret, which is amazing in this day of social media and everything.
Right. Well, yeah, I remember he came in our locker room in Madison Central and told me that he's like, "Hey, kid, I want to give you an offer." And he said, "If you're willing to take it, you can." And immediately there, I told him, I'm going to take it.
I'm in, yeah.
I'm taking it, though. But he said I had to keep it quiet because I think it's because there was a lot of players on the team as well. Like, it was a team that went to the NIT, and he was trying to make room for other players to get there. So I think that was the main reason to keep it quiet, and I was able to do it. And it for me, it wasn't too hard because only the coaches knew and my mom knew, and everyone was asking me, "Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?" I was like, "I don't know yet. I don't know." So
throngs of media people like me snooping around trying to get information from you. But all the UK media and everything was all around you, and so it must have been kind of tough. I mean,
people think it was tough though, but I feel like I was able to it was easy just to say I don't know where I'm going yet, though, because I didn't sign anything yet. I committed though, but I haven't signed, so I could always uncommit and go somewhere else. So that's why I always was like, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, I did notice when you did the thing and you pulled the hat out. I think the hat already had an inscription on it.
It had my name. It had my name on it and everything. So yeah.
Okay. Well, four great years at Kentucky. Kind of what sticks out there? Was it the Louisville game? That's the one everybody kind of points to.
Yes.
That.
I actually think my SEC championship game sticks out for me the most because it just showed how patient I was and able to wait for all that, wait for the time to actually get a big moment and grind it all the way out to my senior year and be on the MVP of the SEC. So that meant a lot to me, though. But like I said, the Louisville game meant a lot too because it's Louisville. You always want to beat Louisville. Growing up, being a Kentucky fan, that's the #1 team you want to beat. It's Louisville. So that game meant a lot as well, and that also gave me confidence to break out to be able to play the way I did as well in the long run.
And I think in this era, you were being a 4-year player there, being the exception to the rule at Kentucky now with the way college basketball is in general, not just at Kentucky. But I think that's part of why I think UK fans are you're so endeared by them is that you were there for 4 years. They feel like they got to watch you grow up, kind of like the old school kind of way, right. Before the one and dones and all that type stuff. So I think that's why people feel that connection to you.
Yeah. I definitely feel like you're correct on that. Definitely being from Kentucky and going there for 4 years. People do see me grow up. They saw me my freshman year have to go in and guard like the top players in NCAA, and that's what kind of gave them a base of how hard I work on defense. And then growing in a little bit more, you start seeing me dribble the ball up the court playing point guard. And now in my senior year, I'm knocking down 3-pointers. I'm driving to the lane. I'm making plays. So like you said, they watched me grow up as a basketball player and as a person off the court. And being from Kentucky, you get a little bit more special love if you react with the fans and show them that you appreciate them as well. So I feel like I did that to the max ability that I could.
Yeah. Kentucky fans are wonderful, and they can also be a little bit touched, though. I mean, years ago, I remember you had an event up here at Jack Burford, and I came over and talked to you, and someone asked you, what was the strangest thing anyone ever asked you to sign? And if I remember correctly, you said someone wanted you to sign a glass eye.
Yes.
A UK glass eye.
Yeah,
and you respectfully declined. But what was that? What do you say to somebody when they do that?
I just tell them, because I've been offered to sign some weird stuff. Someone had like some fake teeth they want me to sign too. But that glass eye was the weirdest for me. So I just said, let me just sign your shirt. Is that okay? So I just signed a shirt.
How would you even do that? I mean,
I have no idea. So that's why I was very shocked that someone offered me to sign.
He didn't actually pop it out of his eye.
No, he didn't pop it out. He had it in like a little, I don't know what it was. It was a case in like a little case or something.
A little UK logo on it or something?
It was like a black case is what I remember.
He didn't even want to look at it. He's like, no. He's like, no, keep that
keep that for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Well, I could sit here and talk with you all day, but I know you got things to do, and we appreciate you coming by this weekend. And please, if you want to support Dominique, go check out his clothing line. These are really sharp stuff, and he'll be making some appearances, and we're definitely going to try to help him. So if you check out our social media, we'll let you know where he's at. And you want to talk about the thing with Dick's Sporting Goods the other day?
Oh, yeah. Dick's Sporting Goods and myself partnered up together, and we was able to help some kids to get some Christmas gift that's going to not to have that much. So it was a great experience for me because it's the first time I'm actually like able to give back to the community, and I definitely want to do that more. We picked out 12 kids and was able to let them have a little shopping spree, and it went great. It went really good.
Yeah, he's doing great things in the community, so go out and support him. And like I said, you'll be around. You do appearances from here from time to time, so you can stop by, get a shirt, get a picture. You're always willing to sit and chat with people and take a selfie or whatever, right?
Exactly, whatever you want. Except for signing a glass eyes and teeth. That's about it.
No glass eyes and no fake teeth. So other than that, everything's fair game. So you never know what fans are going to come up with.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it.
That's no problem. Thank you for having me here.
It's been it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I can sit here and talk to you all day.
I know.
But and hopefully you get the chance to play somewhere going forward. We sit here and reminisce about the old days, but hopefully you got plenty of more playing days ahead of you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You get to go see some more cool places. I'm very jealous. You get to go to all these cool places and and do things. So I get to live vicariously through you. So
you can write all the stories you want about me. I'll tell them all to you. I'll come back and just tell you.
Well, maybe I got a book in there. Maybe write a book sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never written a book before, but I'd try.
I haven't either, but it sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, man, for coming by.
No
we'll talk to you soon. But that'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. We'll be back next Sunday with a new edition. And, of course, as always, on Twitter, we are Richmond R Sports. And on Facebook, we're Register Sports. And RichmondRegister.com is the place to get all the news on the web. So appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, RichmondRegister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net. Digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.